What's up, beautiful people? Happy Wednesday, y'all. Listen, we made it halfway through the week. Hallelujah. But I guess I hope your week been good so far. If not, listen, be encouraged. Listen, be encouraged. It's going to get better. So, real quick, you already know how I do. Why I'm here to drop something here today that I pray blesses, encourages you in some way, shape, or form. So, real quick, today is called Even the Simple Things. So, little story. It's funny. So, we have an 18-year-old son who gets up very early, 5:45 in the morning. He's a senior. His bus comes at about 7 o'clock. And every morning, we listen to this kid run out the door at about 6:56. Okay? Yeah. Now, granted, the bus stop is only, down the hill, but still, cutting it way too close. Yeah, by the grace of God, he always makes it, right? So it's funny because when you leave out the house in that type of rush, it's pretty frantically, and he always, slams the door. So I think about 2 weeks ago. So where we live at in our housing complex, we live in a beautiful complex, beautiful development. And on our doors, the little window, the window of the door, we have these blinds, right? And if you've ever experienced blinds, right, on a window, on a door, whatever, you know that, they can start looking raggedy after a while, if you're not careful. And so because of it's just, honestly, I don't like them, I'm not complaining, but it just seems like no matter what you do, right, they gonna always start looking tore up after a while. But whatever, that's a whole nother story. So about 2 weeks ago, we got our blinds replaced on the door. So now, we're being mindful. We like, listen, because we notice when you swing the door open, right, the blinds, they get the twisting and turning and all that, and sometimes bent. And so it's like, well, now, let's not be slamming the door, right? Let's close the door with care, right? So this morning, it's funny, I was in the middle of praying, right? In the middle of praying, and I hear him. First of all, he was in the shower, y'all, at 6:45. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Whatever. So I hear him running down the steps. And in the middle of my prayer, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, God, please don't let these blinds get messed up. Because I knew he was going to slam that door. And he slammed the door. And it was funny, and I said that little part, because I realized, it popped in my head, there's a Bible verse that says God cares about everything we care about. Listen, if it mattered to you, it mattered to your Father, right? And so I'm like, that's so decent that even the blinds, right? He cares even about the blinds because I care about the blinds, right? And it was funny. So later on, a little later, I went downstairs and all the blinds was intact, despite him slamming that door. So that's what I came to remind you. Listen, because we tend to go to God with the big things, right? The bills, the business, God forbid, the sickness, salvation, all those things, right? And listen, thank God we can. Yet, let us not forget that we can go to him even with the simple things. God is funny. God has answered. I've gone to him because I learned. Because I remember, I'm not going to bother God with that. He ain't got time for that. All this stuff going on in the world, I am not finna bother that man about that. But then somebody told me that, and then I read it, and I kept hearing it, and now I started believing it. So yes, I done pray about a scrunchie, y'all. I done prayed about a scrunchie before because I couldn't find one. You can't find your keys. I dare you to say a quick little prayer. Bet you they turn up. So whatever it is, the small thing, the thing that you think is too small to go to God about, I dare you to pray about it today and watch what happens. So go forth. Have an amazing, amazing, amazing day on purpose. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. It's beautiful. Listen, spring is springing. Thank God. Don't forget you are so amazing. You are so worthy. Whatever you feel like you are not worthy of, right? You absolutely are. You are everything and nothing less than what God says about you. And if you don't know who God says you are, I was just on a call this week on Monday, and she asked her, she said, ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? And it was, who does God say that I am? So if you don't know who God says you are, I encourage you this week, read about who God says that we are, right? So have an amazing day. Don't forget to love up on somebody. Listen, y'all be great. Have an amazing, amazing, amazing Wednesday, and Lord willing, we'll see each other again.